and I got into TV, and it was great. I just felt like I never worked a day in my life, to be honest.
I mean, what was the biggest event that you covered for Tyne Tees?
Biggest one for Tyne Tees. Probably, I think the biggest thing I did for Tyne Tees was I made a half-hour documentary with Brian Clough.
Ooh.
So we had a series called Football Flashback, which was, did what it says in the tin. It was about old football footage from shoot days. Again, if you're under the age of 30, you won't know. Shoot was the name of Tyne Tees' Sunday afternoon regional football match. They pick a match every week, and it was great. And my one regret when I went to Tyne Tees, first thing I did, first free moment, I was down in the archives looking for all football footage. It's 1996, and they chucked most of it out. Unfortunately, the program itself went out live, so nothing was recorded, and the matches themselves were shot on these massive cylinders, 1-inch tape, 1-inch film, and they got to a stage in the late 70s where someone had said, "What's all these football matches? Nobody's ever going to want to watch old football matches again. Taking up loads of room. Get rid of it." Fortunately, they'd snipped out most of the goals and lashed them all together, but all that footage just went in a skip somewhere. I still like to think someone somewhere might have fished it out, and it might be hidden in a cupboard somewhere in Newcastle. But sadly, so we did this series called Football Flashback, and we wrote to Brian Clough and said, "Would you be part of the program?" And my job was every episode, I used to go out to someone's house or whatever and interview them. So I went to Dublin to see Liam O'Brien. I went to Brescia to interview the lovely late Pavel Cernacek, who just was a super guy and remained a friend from then until he died. I did Heine Otto, Middlesbrough's first foreign player, overseas player. Went over to Ajax in Amsterdam to interview him. Went to Minneapolis, St. Paul's to interview John Tudor. Again, sadly, someone we've lost not so long ago. And we wrote to Cloughie, and he wrote back, and he said, "I get hundreds of these, and I turn them all down, but because it's you, because it's Tyne Tees, I'll do it." And we ended up turning it into a whole half-hour documentary called the Life of Brian, which I think half of it, for some reason, you'll find on YouTube if you Google Life of Brian Tyne Tees. I don't know where the other half's gone to. And it was just about his time in the Northeast, obviously growing up and playing for Middlesbrough and then playing for Sunderland, and then a little bit about, and obviously starting in management at Hartlepool. And it was just amazing. I was sitting across the table for an hour and a half. He just talked, and